New and updated mods are out now for Farming Simulator 22. In total today, 41 mods released on the in-game mod hub. All platforms got 20 new and 13 updates. And PC Mac players got 6 new and 2 updates. We got mods 2 days in a row. What's the occasion? Oh my goodness. If you guys like staying updated with all the latest mods and news in Farming Simulator, make sure you're subscribed. Otherwise, let's check today's 41 mods. Starting off with new ones for all platforms, we have the Lindner Geotrac 73. As far as I can tell, all of the other Lindner mods that we've gotten so far have been Lindner Lintracs. We have 3 of them right here. Well, oh, and the Unitrack, of course. This is our first Geotrac. Very cool. A little bit of an older looking mod. 75 horsepower manual transmission, 120 liters of fuel. It goes 24 miles an hour and weighs 4.3 tons, not 4.3. Moving on. Wheel brands, we have Trelleborg, Michelin, Midas, Vredestein, and back in again, we have a standard wide tire with weights, narrows, rear twins all the way around, and back to standard. Front fenders, yes or no. Attachment, we have the front weight, which interestingly, going from a weight holder to the regular weight doesn't change the tonnage, but it is 240 kilograms. We also have 480, and then you can do a front 3-point. Front loader attachments, we have Quickie and we have Harrow. So let's go with the Quickie setup there. Designs, we can change up the front kind of nose. Yeah, we can change up the nose if you want to. And then we have different colors for the rims. We also have a license plate as well if you need one of those. Now, anything that we can do? Nada. Everything in here is just kind of is what it is, but still very, very cool. Also, I noticed a couple mods recently, the player's hands don't move when you turn the wheel, but this one works fine. Next, we have the Case IH149 blade from Exoblode Modding. Now, I believe that we had something very similar to this back at Farming Simulator 19. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I know exactly that we did. We have a red frame color. We can do yellow and back and forth between those. And then we have different logos on here. So you can do an IH1014, the International 14, Case International 14, back and forth between some of those, which is pretty cool. This is a subsoiler at the end of the day. Well, it says it's a plow here, but it says it's a subsoiler in the game, so I'm not really quite sure. 280 horsepower, 5.1 meters at 7 miles an hour. Next, we got a disc harrow. This is the Volmer Engineering TRG 601. I'm not familiar with Volmer, but it's definitely not a base game brand, at least that I remember. So this could be a brand new brand to the game, which I think is kind of neat. We've got a couple things here. We have the APV seeding unit on the back. We also have a fertilizer distribution unit on there if you want to. And then we have seeding and fertilizing. And then we have main color of red or black. I think those are the only colors on there. This is such a neat little setup here, man. 6 meters at 9 miles an hour, only 200 horsepower required, and it will hold 400 liters right through there. Do we have combinations? We do. I'm assuming one of these is a seed box. No, didn't pop up, but I would definitely recommend getting you one of those front seed boxes. Put some fertilizer in there, you'll be good to go. Like this. Grab the K-branded one from the base game, threw it on the front, got fertilizer in it. Now on the back, we've got that. Let's fill that up with seeds. There we go. So now we have 400 liters of seeds. We can do grass, cover crop, and canola. And then we have 1,500 liters of solid fertilizer. We have a very capable, ready-to-go setup that can do quite a few different contract missions. All right, got another case mod for you. This one is a weeder, the Case IH1830, 9.5 meter working width, 150 horsepower required at 9 miles per hour. Weighs 1.7 tons. It's not the lightest thing, but it's not the heaviest either. Design, we've got a couple different designs here. It's basically, let's see, standard is a regular international logo. Then we have the old Case IH logo. Then we have kind of a newer Case IH logo. Also, I don't know if you noticed or not, but every time I change this, it moves. She's moving, boys. See if I can catch it here. Yeah, look at that. It's moving all right. We also have different colors for the rims, though. I don't know why. Thanks, I guess. Yeah. Next, we have the Lizard WS130DG. Now, there was a PC-only version of this that came out today as well. The Weckman W130DG. We'll talk about that almost at the very end of the video. So if you guys are on PC, you can check that out. Console players, check this out. Configuration, we've got standard or extension. That's 7.9 tons or 18.3. 1,000 liters. Wheel brands, we have a Trelleborg, Vredestein, PKT, and back in, and then we have our license plate. Next, we got something from HR Force. We have talked about this in Farm Sim News. It is the Universal Rotating Bunk. It is not the whatever word that they had in their original marketing for this. This goes on the last little setup, on the last bunk and a forwarder, and it turns this into a skidder, which is kind of neat. We do have custom colors for everything, so we're able to see it all. So let's get ourselves one of those, and let's see about some logging stuff. Now, they have shown it off, I think, with some of their modded stuff, but we are going to be using the base game Komatsu. And first off, can we lift this with our hands? No, we can't. So you're gonna need to use the grapple to pick this up. I ain't got that kind of time, homie. We ain't gonna do that. Let's see if we can put this up here. So it sits on the very back. Let's see if we can get this just about right. Can I get it to fit? Yeah! Ho-ho! Go DJ, go DJ. There we go. I think we have it strapped down as well now. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, I think so. I can't connect to it anymore. I can't grab a hold of it. And without the strap, I can. So put your strap on there, put your log there, and you are ready to rock. Is there anything that we could do with that? Let's see, we've got all the straps down. No, it doesn't look like we can really do anything with this. So let's pretend we've got this absolutely mahoosive log right here. Let's put it kind of right in. Come on, just work with me here. It's stuck on it. All right, whatever. It does its job. I mean, it turned it into a skidder. And I physically can't get it off of there. So I guess it works. All right. Hey, it works almost too well. It's perfect. All right, moving on. We have a belt system Grimme, the RH2 or 2460. Now, this is also in a pack, so this is kind of neat. What this allows us to do, I think, is to move our things. We got an unrealistic capacity, 50,000 liters. I used this a lot back in Farming Simulator 19, I believe it was, or no, 17. But now it's changed the game a little bit. What this does is palletize things. So let's see, let's go ahead and enable pallet creation. Let's go ahead and drop it down. I don't think there's any way to turn this on, but I don't think it needs to be turned on either. No, we can enter the vehicle right here, and well, there's really nothing else going on. Let's fill it up. Normally with something like this, you would have like sugar beets or potatoes. So we'll go with potatoes. And now it is filling up a box full of potatoes. And whenever that box is full, it'll stop. And it looks like it makes 5,000 liter boxes. No kidding. All right. Now we can also make different pallets of other stuff. For example, here is a pallet of wheat, or we could do barley or any kind of other things that you want. This works really good for like feeding your chickens, things like that. And turn it upside down and it doesn't come out. So basically impossible to spill. Yay. Moving on, we have the Stone Farm Pack 1, and I really hope that there's not too much more to go, even though this is a very, very nice pack. Looks like we're able to go in and out of different places. I mean, how cool is this, man? This is awesome. Finally, somewhere with an interior. It's not dramatically beautiful, but hey, guess what? We've got a house with a sleep trigger and a sheep pasture all in the same place. Well, that's pretty darn cool, but there's so much more to this than just that. So over here in sheds, we've got quite a few different things. So right here we have the regular shed, then we have a hangar with workshop, and then over here we have bell storage, which is very nice, and then we have a small shed, or I think they call that small hangar base game. We also have a chicken coop, the sports manure. They do say that there's a bit of a thing that you need to know about with this, because the base game app does not, or base game period, does not normally support straw and manure for sheep and chickens. So manure production and straw consumption will only work on maps with custom animal XMLs or with the enhanced animal system mod. I had a devil of a time getting this to place down first, the chicken pen specifically. It just wouldn't do it. So yeah, it is what it is. It's also showing us chicken coop with manure heat, but a shelter with space game one. Yeah, we can ignore that. Anyway, there's a whole lot more stuff through here. We also have a silo, which is kind of neat. I'm gonna cut on some help windows here so we can see what's going on. 400,000 liters through there. I believe that's a fodder silo. Then we've got one over here, 800,000 liters for your farm silo. Then if we make our way around, we've got a place for, I think, horses? Is that right? Yeah, 10 horses here. Again, looking very, very nice. And we can open up all of these, go inside, etc., etc. We do have the chicken coop over here, which caused me a devil of a time. I wasn't even going to place it down, but I got it close to the sheep, and then magically it placed down. So yeah, your mileage may vary there. Be careful with it. We also have the shed here with a place to work on your stuff around towards the back. How neat is that? It's like hiding back there. Then we have the regular shed itself. And then over here we have storage for 500 things, which is very, very nice. We'll come down in here. We'll click on this. Storage is empty, so we can't do nothing right now. Oh yeah. And we have the BR Small Woodshed Pack from GNFS. This has, I think it's 10 different sheds. So a lot of these look exactly the same, or they're just different variants on each other, as you can see through here. So we have sheds version 1 through 6. Then if we come over here, we've got a couple more things. So this one's just a storage shed. Now if I turn on our help windows here, we can store 250,000 liter, or 250 things. Then if I come over here to our silo, we could do 100,000 liters in the first silo, and we could do 200,000 liters in the second silo. Then we have a workshop, which we can come in here and work on our vehicles, clearly labeled here. I love, because this is Brazilian, I love how they have some extra wheels just kind of set up in the corner. But again, another huge, massive pack full of stuff. Next is our Cellar Pack. These can be used for a couple different sets of crops. Doesn't look like we're able to go in or anything like that, but if we turn on our menus here, we can see 120,000 liters, 120,000 liters. Basically, this one looks like a bunker, and this one looks like it's got some grass growing on top of it, so maybe it can hide just a little bit better. But at the end of the day, they are silos, and they are made for beets, potatoes, carrots, parsnips, and red beets. This one's a little bit more on the simple side. Shelter, $35,000, $25 per day. Can you imagine paying $25 per day for something like this in real life? I know the in-game system's a little different. I will say this, they've definitely got stuff right. Steel's looking really good. The wood mixed with the concrete at the bottom, very nice. Unfortunately, you can't change the color. Next up, we have the large industrial warehouse, 70 by 25. This might just be some of the largest buildings that we have seen in Farming Simulator. One of them is quite literally just open. It's a large industrial warehouse that you can do what you need to do, put stuff in there, work on vehicles, you can do role play, stuff like that. It's very, very cool. They say the large 19th century industrial warehouses, metal frames and brick walls, 3D model based on an existing building located in Bourgogne in France. So that's very, very cool. There's also a version right here, which might be a little bit more interesting to you. We got triggers inside. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can turn on our windows here and see what we got. 1,350 liters of bits. So you could store that many stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Next, we got the metal shed. This is 6 by 13, so a little bit smaller than the previous one. $12,000 and $10 per day to upkeep. We got a light on the inside and then nice exterior. We've also got a mod after my own heart, flour production. Aww. I love doing flour in Farming Simulator. This also has a byproduct as well. We'll take a look here. So we can do wheat, barley, oat, and sorghum, and we do have a little bit of byproduct in the form of pig feed. So should make a pig feed a little bit easier. That's pretty darn cool. Let's see. I don't think we could go in anywhere, open anything, and the backside's just decorative. However, on the front, we do have our triggers for dropping stuff and everything. Also, the place where the pallets drop is raised a little bit. So if you like doing pallets, this might be a little bit easier for you. We also have another mod that I wasn't quite sure about. We have the concrete ring pack. Now, I wasn't, again, quite too sure about this, but it looks like this is made for like landscaping and things like that. We've got a couple different versions in here that can be found in decorations and then in others. And then we have a 2 meter, 4, 6, 8, and 10. The modder shared a couple screenshots that give us a little bit of a better idea of how they think that you may want to use these. Of course, here's all the sizes that we've got here, but as you can see, we've got one ring around this area. Maybe you want to do some other stuff, so I think this is made more for like natural areas, that kind of thing, but hey, use your imagination. And another shed, we have the small old wooden shed. This one's going to cost you $5,000. It is $5 per day. And we've got some nice decorations and things on the interior around the outside. It's actually done well. It's not just a bunch of boards thrown up. It looks like in real life it was a bunch of boards thrown up, but that's what gives it a little bit of life. And we have a couple houses. First was the Polish wooden house, $30,000, $10 per day. We've got a place where you can sleep. Doesn't look like we can get under, and yeah, there's no interior. And it looks like the story stays similar right here with the regular Polish house. This one is going to cost you $50,000. Goodness gracious, $20 per day. Doesn't look like we can go in, and again, no interior. Next to last one for all platforms today is going to be Barrel from EMY. Now, heads up with these, they are in decorations, but they will put down a dirt texture. So unfortunately, you're probably putting these down where there's not dirt or where you've already done something and you just want to use them to decorate. Well, make sure that you enable free build before you do that. And lastly, turn any placeable, I guess, into a workbench placeable. So here we have standard workbench. You've probably seen this in a lot of sheds, maybe even a couple mods as well. Well, now you can put this anywhere you want, which is very cool, or you can put it on the outside of the building. Let's take something that we've got that might be a little bit easier, like this thing, for example. Nobody's really using this building anymore. But what if you could make it a workshop? Huh? So now we got a little workshop trigger in here. Now it actually makes it feel useful. Oh, I ragged on this building a little bit too hard, but you guys know what I mean. Jumping over to our mod updates for all platforms, and Stone Valley 22 update version 1.1 may be one of the most confusing updates that we've gotten, because there's some stuff that says PC only, some stuff says cross-platform, and some stuff that says PC only and cross-platform, which is cross-platform and not PC only. I don't know, man. So this stuff's all over the place. Let's talk about it. Premium expansion DLC crops now works. That's carrots, parsnips, and red beets. That says cross-platform. Mud mod added, PC only. Keep in mind, there's a PC only version of this map. I think they copied this. I'm not sure. Dry corn has been added for cross-platform. And Hydrus, PC only. Propane, cross-platform. Grazing added. That's PC only. Cow capacity up to 500. They don't say anything about that, so yes, sheep, straw, and produce manure with extension, but I'm pretty sure the extension is only... Is that the manure extension? Is that a manure pit extended onto the end of the mod? I don't know. Grimme DLC pack updated cross-platform. New animals been added for cross-platform. The only mod hub animal placeables work, not base game, so heads up there. Clover removed to make room for new DLC crops. Oxy's rye, BC Bueller's flax, Antler 22's alfalfa. Cornstalk's been added. That's PC only and cross-platform. That just means cross-platform. 40 moddings, our agri-modding custom slurry textures, cross-platform. Bullet bill crop textures for wheat, canola, barley, and oats. No mention. Benji FS maize crops, I think. Soybeans in rows, alfalfa silage clamps added for cross-platform. You don't have to say that. And all animal farm areas now sellable, but if you want to sell all animal farm areas, you have to sell the roller doors as well to make animal farm areas clear, because now you set the lights and roller doors up the XMLs. Workshop's been removed and a new save game is required. And if that was a little bit confusing, yeah, me too. We've also got an update for Black Mountain, Montana. This one's a little bit easier to understand. Version 1.5.01. New save game is required. Here will now work with premium expansion. New animals, new fill types added. Replace the animal pens. New sawmill, new placeables. Trees have been replaced. Removed the recycling of waste. And removed and reworked the starting equipment. We also have an update to the Krone Swadro TC 1370 version 1.1. Fixed bunk when folding the rake. Now, there's also a version of this that's PC only that was added today. We'll talk about that later. And an update to the TopliftStaja And Trentsysteme version 1.1. Fix bug when using the helper and added manure system support. That is PC only though. And another update to the Crosetto PC Pack. This is interesting because it's now crossplay, which is super confusing. They've added new floor design configuration and a new brand color config and various minor functional fixes to the machine. And Buzzcap's Barrel 16,000 got an update, or 60,000. I don't know what the update is. It's showing version 1. However, there's 65 votes on this on ModHub, so it's an update, all right. I just don't know what. One that I do know what the update is for, though, is the Lacotec Lh II version 111 Bunk, where as soon as you extended the tube, the engine revolutions would increase when they shouldn't. Configuration added to the Kemper Plus 360 to be able to drive with smaller tractors. Unrealistic! So heads up, I'm definitely going to be using that one. I like that name. They've added a color configuration for the grids, and they've got a new store icon and comfort wheel support. Sport wheel. So, yeah. We got some more Crushable rocks. The Dynamic Crushable Rocks Pack, version 1.1. They have added 7 additional larger rocks. Very cool. Small UK cow barn was updated to 1002. Manure now spawns correctly. Chris S. and Riley S.'s American Sawmill, version 1.1. Platinum Edition Sawmill now accepts wood containers and added wood selling station, which accepts wood and containers. Next, Liquid Fertilizer Tank version 1002 added support for manure system that is PC only. Next to last, Small Composite Hull version 1.1 added bolt with farmland attribute. Its snow effect removed from decoration inside. And your last update for all platforms, Storage Hull version 1.1 added bolt with farmland attribute. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players, we have the map North March Reloaded. There are 2 versions. Version number 1 has 3 farms, a loner, Lohner, whatever that is, and no decorative sheep, and you can still add your own animals. However, version 2 has 3 farms, a wager farm, whatever that is, and a decorative sheep, and you can no longer place animals there. Very interesting. They also say now you have the choice version which one you want to play. The cards for medium-sized machines and demolishing farms will result in a penalty. As far as I can tell, I think there are 12 required mods, so heads up there. 124 fields total, 13 points of sale, 9 products, sawmill, great forestry areas, they say. They also have a livestock dealer, of course. Animals on the map include chickens, pigs, and cows. There's seed and fertilizer, decorative trees, grass missions, and a whole lot more. We also have new crops. We have, let's see if I can find them over here, millet, triticale, spelt, and we have a new cover crop, as well as green rye. So very, very interesting. Here's what you get in new farmer mode. Down here, you get field number 11, and then we've got farm 251 right here. Let's poke over to farm 251 and see exactly what we've got. So I'm on version 1 of the map right now, and supposedly we've got no sheep, and we can place stuff down, so that's good. And here's what it looks like with the other version. Kind of looks the same to me. I'm not quite sure. Regardless anyway, so there you go. So this is the version number 2 with the decorative sheep. Yes. Taking a look at our growth calendar, looks pretty normal through everything there, and then taking a look at what we get in new farmer mode. Looks like we've got 2 tractors in medium tractors, Finn 714 and the John Deere 7810. We also have the top liner Deutz, we've got the pickup, and we have the Gloss Carrot. As far as our headers, of course, we have the one that matches the Deutz far. We've got a 2.5 meter plow, not too bad. Cultivator. We've also got 2 power harrows, very nice. One of which matches our subsoiler, and the other one matches our seeder. We've got a sprayer, fertilizer spreader, tedder, windrower, forage wagon, front loader tools, and everything else. It looks great. I am a little bit confused about the tedder and windrower. Mainly just the tedder because we don't have a mower. And for your records, here are your 12 required mods. Next up, we have the Krone Swadro TC 1370. Now, technically, this is an update, although it is showing as a brand new mod, so we will treat it as a brand new mod. Will brands on here. We have FS22 as well as Nokian tires. So very cool, very cool. In those Nokian, we do have a very chunky boy wide. I actually just flipped around. Rotor chassis, we've got 4 and 6 wheels, working lines, yes or no, and then with or without section control. Now, one of the updates was section control, and manually, individually lift has been added. So we're going with that. We need 80 horsepower, though we're probably going to need a little bit more than that. So that's about we go in here to medium tractors. We get ourselves a McCormick. I haven't driven one of these in a while, so that should be perfectly fine. We're going to load it up, and we'll turn on my help window, and we're going to see what all this individual section control is all about. In real life, these have that, but we'll see what we get here. So if we have lower, and then that's about it. So let's go ahead and unfold first. And now we can see we are in manually, individually lifting mode. So I can drop down, and it only drops down, oh, there we go, drops down all of them. So that's cool. But we can also move in and out there, and we can move in and out the back. Very cool, very cool. Now, if we go to toggle work mode, section control inactive, that's still running, and that's still running as well. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of stuff that's releasing today, and most of it doesn't make any sense. It does the same thing. Oh, I think I'm just having a bad day. See, this is what it's supposed to do right here. You're supposed to be able to control that, but I did not have those controls. Next new one for PC players is going to be the EMY SCL Pack, or MEY. These are just different sizes of power arrows is really all it is at the end of the day. Let's see what we've got. We've got a 3.64, 4.65, and 6 meter working with. All of them have the same customization options, but we got different packer setups there. We've got different colors for our PTM, and we've got different colors for the machine itself. So we can go with a nice green there if you need to, black if you want to match everything, red, or even yellow and orange. Either way, you're good to go. 210 horsepower for the largest one and 100 horsepower for the smallest one. Horsepower does not gain incrementally like the size, but it actually is like a little bit less and a little bit less each time. Very nice. As we mentioned earlier, there is a PC version of the Lizard WS 130 DG, and it is the Weckman WS 130 DG. Same customization options on here, 7.9 thousand liter capacity or 18,300. We've also got different wheel brands. We've got additional tailgate, yes or no. Design, this is probably going to be the only place where it's changed up a little bit because it's not Lizard. And then we have our license plate. Next to last new one for PC and Mac players today is the Conservation Agriculture from FarmSim Tim, or Timmy86. This is showing version 1005. However, this is its first introduction into the mod hub. They say, tired of tilling the ground for hours? Worried by the work benefit ratio of oilseed radish? This mod is for you. Roller crimping of cover crop is now possible. It will provide a mulching and fertilization bonus. Mulching cover crops will provide the same effect as rolling them. Direct seeding into cover crops with precision farming grants more nitrogen now, and weeds will no longer appear when seeding into growing, mulched, or rolled crimped cover crop until after the next harvest. The effects of the things described above apply in the following cases: grass, meadow, and oilseed radish in any ready for harvest states. Everything else after being half grown until just before ready to harvest. Root crops like above, but also in the remove foliage state. And most modded crops will behave accordingly. For example, alfalfa and clover will behave like grass. Additionally, direct seeders get an option now for field creation, so you get rid of that plow, and if you want to take any of these features off or add them, you could affect the behavior through the in-game settings. If you guys would like, Argsy Gaming's done a full video showing this off, so I'll definitely leave a link to that down below. And your last new one today for PC and Mac players is Tree Value Info, also from Timmy86. It's showing version 103, however, again, just like the previous mod, this is its first introduction into the mod hub. This mod provides more detailed information for pieces of wood and displays them in the info box. The volume of the piece of wood in liters is also being displayed before felling, which is pretty cool. The current value, which is the amount of money you would get if you sold the piece of wood in its current form, hints on which kind of factors could reduce the value of the piece of wood, like the shape, the length, and the number of branches still attached. The total quality of the piece of wood is also calculated by the game, where 120% is the maximum. The amount of liters that you would get when processing the piece of wood with a wood chipper, the amount of money that you would get if you sold the wood chips right now, and an estimation of money that you would get if you sold the wood chips at the best price. Sometimes you can get more for that due to randomness. So very, very cool. Sounds like an awesome mod. And rounding out our day, we've got an update for PC. Well, two of them, in fact. First one is the Crosetto PC Pack additional features, version 201, increased compatibility with the mod, and various minor functional fixes to the machine, and a small update to Work Camera version 111, fixed the game crash caused by patch 113.11, and added Russian in-game translations. And that is it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you do enjoy the GoHam fam. Make sure that notification bell's on as well. That way you never miss daily farming simulator videos here on the channel. We already dropped Farm Sim News, so you guys can check that out here on the channel. Also, if you play Farming Simulator 23 or Farm Sim 18, Farm Sim 18 is now free So that's pretty cool. And the update for Farm Sim 23 got a Kubota DLC. Oh, man. So check those out if you haven't seen them already. Otherwise, just hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you guys later.